You know what I love, James?
What's that?
Getting COVID.
Oh,
I adore it. You know, it's not at all a giant inconvenience for me
COVID's back around.
and everything we're trying to do around here.
COVID has made its return.
COVID has. Too many people are getting COVID again.
What I heard, it started in California. The return of it started in California.
Oh yeah, California. Isn't that kind of ironic? Like when you think about it, like California being one of the most liberal places, where you would think, you know, everyone's a little bit more extra cautious and extra protective of there. That's where it starts, California.
I think so. Like I said, don't quote me on that, but
Right.
I think so.
All right.
I think those were like the first new cases that we heard of.
Yeah.
New strands.
That's funny. But yeah, apparently just everybody around my life and my wife's life just had COVID, and we finally got it, man. 4 years strong, 4 years running, never had COVID.
Did you lose any?
Finally got us.
Any sense of smell or sense of taste?
We lost sense of smell for a little bit, and then taste was like halfway there. Sometimes taste was better, sometimes taste was worse. But I mean, for the most part, it really it felt like a very, I want to say almost like the flu. Like,
Yeah.
you know, most people say it is. It really wasn't too bad.
You know why? Because you're vaccinated.
Vaccinated, and this is like COVID strain, however many after 4 years, right? This isn't the original strain that hit everybody at first and kind of, you know, caused everyone to panic a little bit. So we were lucky in that regard, to where it's like we just had like a crappy slumber party in our living room for 2 days, 3 days. I mean, by Sunday I felt great, but
Yeah. I mean,
last Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday was not so good. Saturday was kind of hit and miss.
Well, at least both of you guys were sick together.
Yeah.
And one person had to stay in the room and the other person sleep in the living room. So that worked out.
That was actually the first day, because she got it first.
Yeah.
So we were like, all right, cool, we'll separate. And I'm hanging out in the bedroom, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take this opportunity to watch some stuff that I don't normally get to watch. So I was watching Batman Cape Crusader. And then she would call me, and she's like, what are you doing? I'm bored. I'm like, I'm trying to watch a show. I'm trying to
Trying to catch her COVID.
trying to watch a show. And then like we would sit on the phone for a little bit, but I was like, we don't have anything to talk about. You're sick. You're miserable.
Totally miserable.
Right?
That's funny. That is funny.
Yeah.
It's like a Seinfeld episode.
Yeah, because she was like, what are you doing now? I'm still watching TV. trying to watch TV.
So just trying to watch Batman and Cape Crusaders.
Yeah, that's all right.
Nothing special.
Yeah, so that was quite an experience. But before we got sick, we got to go see our good friend King David perform.
Oh, both of you guys?
Khadijah and I, yeah. I
okay.
drug her out with me. It was at this little dive bar over in like Friendswood. I think it was called Cheers Pub, funnily enough. And yeah, I mean, definition of a dive bar. Like you walk in, it's like smoky and
Oh yeah,
you know, the front part. You could tell there was a disconnect, right? Because like David and them were all where they were all performing. That's a better way to say it. Where they were all performing, they were like in the back in like a garage area, and then the front part was for the regulars, obviously, because you know you had a couple of people sitting in the bar, and they had like karaoke set up, and at some point people were singing All Star really poorly. So they were in the air conditioned spot, and David and them were
in the hot
performing
spot.
in the hot garage as beginning artists do. You
all
know,
of them
you're
like
gonna
that.
play the crappy shows. It's fine. So we went and saw him perform, and he killed it. Did a great job. He had the longest set because there was 10 or 12 performers, and they each had like 3 songs. But David, I think he had 6 or 8. He had quite a bit. He had the longest set.
It's not bad for a beginner.
No, not bad. He drew the most. Like, out of all the shows I've seen with David, which I should see more, but I haven't, unfortunately. But
Because you're working all the time.
yeah, all the shows I've seen with David, he's the one who always pulls in the crowd. Like, every time he comes on, that's when the crowd shows up, and then as soon as he gets off, that's when the crowd kind of leaves.
Well, I think some of it too is because he's very social media savvy.
He is.
So he knows how to put himself out there a lot.
He is, and he does, and he's also just very social. I could tell at this one, actually, like everywhere he would go, he would like have a group of people kind of go with him,
Like a mosh, like a little gang. Almost.
Yeah, he had a little posse going on, which can be good and be bad because you're trying to meet and connect with the people that you want to meet and connect with, but then you have like 3 or 4 people who just kind of want to be near you.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to be careful with those people sometimes, you know?
Like, oh, we got to go.
Yeah. Yeah, he got off the stage and everybody was like wanting to be around him after that and stuff. And it was like hot and the show started like an hour later. So we ended up leaving right after he performed. Yeah, we were sweating through our clothes. But,
I know you was. You ain't have to tell me.
Yeah, but did a great job. Did a great performance. Killed it as always. You know, it's always good seeing David. I think he's got another show at the end of September. It's kind of like this is his biggest break between shows.
Oh, okay.
So it's like a Friday night in September. I think it's like September 27th, I want to say. So I'm definitely going to try to go check that out. Yeah, I'll have to bring you out with me, and maybe we can get some other people to go. Yeah.
I've actually been trying to go out, period, because it's been some hell of a closeout to 2024. So I would kind of want to go out somewhere, but I know you work 24/7, so I know it's kind of hard.
Working too much, man. Yeah. Working too much.
But are you off on like every other Saturday?
Lately, no. It's been like one weekend a month.
Damn.
So I'm a busy man. I'm too busy.
Damn.
Just too busy. But anyway, I do want to say this about David's show is the last couple times I've seen him, there's always been someone else who jumps on stage with him.
Hype man.
And tries to do a hype man thing. And I don't know if David's allowing it or if they're just jumping in and trying to get in on his performance. But I kind of just want to see David do his thing without another guy on stage. Yes. If David allows it, it's all good. I don't have a problem with it, David. Yeah. You do you on the stage when you're on it. You let whoever you want to be on it. But like when people, if someone's jumping in during his performance, it really bothers me. And I'll tell you, the sound guy, coming from another sound guy, the sound guy was not that great. Honestly, they had sound issues the whole night. He had 2 microphones set up, obviously for like your main and your kind of like backup singer, hype man, whatever you want to call it. And the backup mic was way louder than the performer's mic,
which should never
be a thing. Because there was a couple times where like some performers were doing their thing, and then like for one song they had somebody jump in and like be their hype man or whatever, completely overshadow the performer.
Oh.
And that happened during David's set a little bit because he did some crowd interaction with one of his songs, or a couple of his songs. But yeah, he did some crowd interaction with them, and the hype man jumped in, and the hype man was like way louder than David, and also getting the words wrong.
Ooh.
Yeah. But or getting the style of the words wrong.
Isn't that something you're supposed to check before the show starts? Sound?
You would think, but it's smaller gig. It was like some local DJ guy doing it, and I think they had like a microphone break on them or whatever. And again, none of this is discounted against David.
No, he was great. Regarding all the issues that you say that that was there.
No, he did fantastic.
He did fantastic.
And he rolled with everything. Like I said, the guy jumped on stage.
That's a pro.
And kind of jumped in on one of his tracks. And again, I don't know if David allowed it or didn't allow it. So I'm not.
No, I know what you mean. I'm not a big fan of that either. I've seen that before with other shows of other young artists, and I'm just like, let them have it.
Yeah,
let them have it, please.
But what it is when you can tell someone's doing much better than everybody else, and you can tell who's on the up and up and who's the rising star out of like the group. You have these people who kind of want to get in on the action and try to like leech off of what they're doing in a way. And in the moment in a show when you're performing, and if someone jumps in on stage behind you, you have 2 options, right? You can shut it down and call them out, or you can keep with the show, do your set, and then handle it later, or not handle it. Just do your show. The show must go on. The main role.
I would just handle it later. Now, if it happens again, then I'm stopping the whole show.
Right. The same guy keeps doing it, right?
Yeah. Like, okay, I'm stopping the whole show at that point.
Yeah.
Which I know some people don't like that because, like, it's unprofessional.
Right.
But I've seen so many times at concerts where you see these, and it kind of puts in perspective,
right?
Some of these performers, and they stop the show because something is, went wrong, right, or someone's acting unruly,
right,
or getting the words wrong.
Right.
They're like, hey, get off my stage, man.
Yeah.
Get off my stage.
Yeah. So, but David's not at that point yet to where he can dictate and whatnot. But
boy, when he do, Because I do believe that's coming.
I know.
I believe that's coming.
He's gonna have some rules and regulations for sure. I think.
I can almost guarantee it.
Just knowing him. But again, great performance, and overall it was a good time. And we may or may not have gotten COVID from there, honestly, because I talked to him through Instagram, and he was saying a bunch of people also got sick from that show.
Damn.
So I don't know, but COVID's going around. Kids, wash your hands, wash your face, wash everything.
And don't buy up all the bleach and disinfectant wipes, please.
Yeah, don't do that.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Whoa, here he comes. Watch out, boy, he'll chew you up. Whoa, here he comes. He's a man-eater. Oh, God, it's the monkey! Everybody run! Save yourselves! Why didn't you listen to my warnings? Oh, God! Joel and the Monkey Podcast. It's a screaming good time.
Oh, man. Did you see what happened to D23? Some of the trailers?
Which ones?
Yeah, because I know we didn't get a chance to talk about D23. You being on COVID and all.
Right.
So I wanted to hear him get that out the way real quick because I just saw some stuff that came up on
D23.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched a little bit of the D23 stuff. I didn't prepare to talk about it today because I wasn't for sure how much you wanted to cover it.
I mean, there's a couple things. I mean, the Fantastic Four stuff, we don't have to cover that.
Yeah, they showed the same stuff.
They showed the same stuff. They showed Johnny Storm in the outfit. I don't think that's the real outfit. I think people freaking out for nothing, so I'm not worried about that.
Yeah, that didn't. Yeah.
They showed the Snow White trailer.
Yeah, I saw the Snow White trailer.
It looks fine. It's gonna make $1 million. It's gonna make $1 billion. Everybody gonna watch it, and then boom, there it is.
And they'll complain about it.
And they'll complain about it. Skeleton Crew, Star Wars. Everybody complained about that. It's gonna. Somebody's gonna watch it. Somebody's not gonna watch it. We're gonna die today.
Yeah.
Incredibles
3. They announced Incredibles 3.
They announced Incredibles 3.
I was actually surprised. I was surprised by that, considering the second one was just the first one all over again.
I didn't like the second one that much.
Yeah, it was just number one, except with the wife. So unless you're gonna do a real sequel story and give us a new story with the third one, cool. Toy Story 5, which is toys versus tech.
Yeah,
the toys are fighting,
which could be good,
or battling iPad kids or whatever.
And I heard they're gonna battle also Buzzes.
Yeah, an army of Buzz Lightyears. Somehow Woody's back with the group, even though he left with Bo Peep in the last film. Don't know how that happened, but all right. I know they announced a bunch of new Pixar movies. Zootopia 2. Joel will be excited for that one.
I love Zootopia, man.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
You really like that one?
Oh, hell yeah, without a doubt. That movie was so good, man.
Yeah.
That was so good. I love that movie.
Oh, with animal racism. I remember that.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. A lot of animal racism.
That was... I love that movie so much. Have you ever saw it before?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, I love that movie, man. I don't know what took him so long to make another one. I was like, this movie is Prince money right now.
Oh, you know what else surprised me? The Frozen 3.
Oh, they're doing another Frozen?
Yeah, they're doing another Frozen.
Kind of Prince money.
Yeah.
That Prince money, too.
There's a good documentary on, I think the original Frozen or Frozen 2 on Disney Plus, where they talked about how, the whole production process and, all these key players, and they have a wall of all these letters from little girls who watched the movie, and it was all these letters and hey, I love the movie so much, it changed my life, blah blah blah. So they had a whole wall of this, and they were like, this is who we're making it for.
Oh,
it's kind of it's a cool documentary. Khadijah watched it and she was telling me about it. It was very cool, very inspiring, and the animation process in general is kind of cool to see because there's so much that goes into animation and animated movies and making these things. They take years. There are years in development when it happens. A standard movie takes maybe 3 to 6 months to shoot, and then you have another 3 to 6 months of editing, and that's on the longer side of things. And that's not even counting reshoots.
That's stuff that I didn't even know when I was a kid.
Right.
I just got through seeing sort of a documentary about something like that.
Lost Media, you were telling me.
Lost Media,
So what else from D23 do you want to hit?
I think that was pretty much it.
That was kind of the quick rundown, right?
Yeah, we pretty much pissed and crapped on everything at D23.
Oh, Lilo and Stitch, live action Lilo and Stitch.
Lilo and Stitch is gonna make $1 billion.
Yeah, it is, and I'm kind of bummed. It's the same story from the cartoon again.
Same exact story.
I feel like they should have done what the Tarzan movie did a couple years ago. Where
which one? You want the one with Samuel Jackson and Skarsgård?
Yeah. Well, because they didn't do it like it's not a straight adaptation of Tarzan. It's a sequel to the Tarzan movie.
The thing about that one, this topic can be done for a longer story because I did not like that movie at all.
Hey, you brought up D23.
I did, but I was like that. I didn't think you were gonna bring up that Tarzan movie. That was a horrible Tarzan film.
I never really got to see it fully.
Oh, Jesus Christ, help me!
Yeah,
that's one Warner Brothers should have stayed away from.
You mean Disney? No, that wasn't Warner Brothers, was it?
That was Warner Brothers.
Was it really?
Yeah, that was Warner Brothers.
I thought it was Disney. Nah. Because it came out when they started doing their live action stuff. Are you serious?
Yeah, that was all Warner Brothers, brother.
Oh. I learned something new today.
I did not like that movie at all. I think that's my lost media. They try to lose that movie as soon as that movie came out. I was like, you know nothing about this. We would talk nothing about this film.
The Legend of Tarzan.
Yeah, that was like some Warner Brothers stuff. I don't know who needed the money at that time, but they did it. But
I thought it was straight up Disney.
Nah, they haven't done a live action Tarzan movie yet of that one. If they do, I can guarantee
yeah, you're right. Warner Brothers, yeah.
It'll be pretty much just like the one from Disney. If they do another one, if they do a Tarzan movie, which I'm pretty sure they will eventually.
Eventually, yeah.
Once they're gonna give us a Hercules and an Aladdin next.
Well, Hercules is next. They've already done Aladdin. They need to.
They
need to do Atlantis. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, if you're going
to the Lost Empire,
if we're just gonna update recent movies, you might as well, right?
Yeah,
you might as well do that. I think that's pretty much done. I know. We want to talk about Thunderbolts too.
Well, we can talk about that a little later. Because we have the whole trailer park section coming up.
Because that happened in D23 too.
Yeah.
On the go.
We're on a cruise
with Jacob and James.
We had some emails, James, from our loyal listener, Zach.
Okay.
That I've really wanted us to get to. I know he emails us, and I want to try to hit these emails up. So here you go, Zach. You got two of them back to back. So the first one. Hey, guys, I just wanted to ask this question. Which Flash character would you like to see in James Gunn universe? Personally, I think it's going to be Wally, because that fits James Gunn's style. And plus, we had a lot of Barry Allen recently with the Flash TV show and the Flash movie. But seeing Jay Garrick would be cool too, since he's never really been done all that much. What say you, James?
I guess we can see a Wally West. You know, since Barry Allen's already been done.
You think Wally?
Yeah, I mean, I just want to see a good Flash film. Period.
It is true.
You know, without time travel or anything like that.
It is true.
To see a straightforward Flash movie.
I agree wholeheartedly with that.
And a reverse Flash and just call it a day. Yeah, I think if you go simple, you'll never fail.
Right.
You try to do all this extravagant stuff, you'll fall on your butt.
Right. Or the multiverse. Try to do the multiverse thing.
I'm out on that.
Yeah. I actually think Jay Garrick would fit with James Gunn's new style that he's going for. I think he could easily fit with like the Superman Batman thing. I mean, you're already doing Guy Gardner as your Green Lantern. And I mean, who's the original? Alan Scott?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So you're not doing Alan Scott as Green Lantern, but I think you could bring in Jay Garrick into like this version of the DC stuff that James Gunn is building up. I think that would be kind of cool. You can still do Reverse Flash. I don't really know if Reverse Flash was a original villain for Jay Garrick, but
probably not. No.
I mean, you can change it up. Make it. I don't know. You can give him Gorilla Grodd for all I care.
The film is good. That's all that matters.
As long as the movie's good, that's all I care about.
Yeah.
All right, so the next email from Zach, it is, I know I'm late to the Twisters conversation, but I was thinking recently, what disaster movie would you guys make if you had a choice? I would do something different in a time period disaster drama movie about the Pompeii volcano eruption. So what kind of disaster movie would you like to see?
I feel like the Pompeii thing already kind of been done with Volcano and Dante's Peak.
You know what? You're right.
And let's see. And then we also had 2012, which is kind of like
it was all encompassing.
It's
right?
all encompassing. Yeah. That's tough because everything's kind of much been done. We've had Day After Tomorrow, which had to do with Freeze.
Yeah. What Armageddon,
some
kind of asteroid movies.
Yeah, asteroid movie. So I kind of don't know. Disaster movies are always hard to do because I don't think disaster movies really play. Now, granted, Twister was different. Cause I think it had a lot working for it.
Yeah,
because you had Glenn Powell, whose star couldn't be more brighter.
Right, and also I was explaining this to Joel. Twisters it's a sequel, but it's not a sequel, and it's not exactly a reboot either, right? It's another Twisters movie. It's another Twister movie.
Yeah, it's standalone.
It's a standalone that's kind of based off the original concept, but it is a strange. It's in that strange category of like, well, it's not really a sequel and it's not really a reboot. It's just another disaster film, but it's a really good disaster film, and it's very straightforward, right?
And they don't make no bones about it.
No, it's very straightforward. There's not even an environmental message to it, which I was kind of surprised. I was like, there's probably going to be some environmental thing to this, but no. There's a line from a character who said like, "Yeah, the weather's getting worse," but that's about it. Yeah. That doesn't have to be a message if you don't take it that way.
Mm-hmm. So I think disaster movies are hard to do.
Yeah, good ones anyway. I mean, there are quite a few disaster movies. Yeah, I don't know what I would like to see either. Probably something weather related, because that's a little bit more uncontrollable. I mean, I don't know how many disaster movies have there been about like wildfires.
They had one movie with Angelina Jolie that was like a wildfire movie, but it also had something to do with crime. So
weird. Okay.
Yeah. Well, it took place during a wildfire.
Right.
Crime took place during, and it's a movie that got shoved way back there.
Right.
So you ain't gonna never find it.
Or maybe like another kind of movie that's kind of like San Andreas in a way, where
I can see that.
It's like some absurd thing where, a whole state is getting broken off from the country based off of like some scientific evidence we may or may not have.
I can see that.
Greenland was really good. The asteroid film.
Mm-hmm. But that was what made that movie different and good was because it played off from a different perspective.
Well, the disaster's in the background the whole time.
Yeah, and I like that.
Yeah.
You kept that in the background. The suspense was everything else with the family trying to get to where they were trying to get to.
Yeah. There's supposed to be a sequel to that, actually. Yeah, it's supposed to be like a series of movies they're
came out during COVID. Came out during COVID, so it got buried.
Yeah, it did. But it's still a great film. It's hard to pinpoint it for me. I think any kind of weather-related disaster film would be great. Or like I said, any kind of disaster film that has to do with like a piece of a continent like breaking off entirely. I mean, you can do Australia breaks off into the sea or something. I don't know. Anything. Maybe a super earthquake hits Japan and then Japan goes under. Another tsunami thing. You could do something like that. So just something along those lines. That'd be good, I think. Before we get into the trailers, James, I have to play you this voicemail that Joel sent me. Oh, man. I know, you're eager, but I meant to play it the last episode, and I completely forgot about it. But we talked about how Joel talks too much, and it kind of hurt his feelings a little bit. So he sent me this voicemail through email, and I'll play it for you so you can hear what he did. Honestly, he did a lot.
Tell you right now, if I don't have to hear another voicemail from him, I will not make fun of him doing this again. Oh my Jesus Lord.
Dear diary, today was going great. Went to work, played games with my child. The sun was greeting me with its rays. Everyone walked around with gumdrop smiles. Then I listened to Jacob and James' podcast, and they said I talk too much. Dear diary, they both suck.
That's it. That's all he sent us. He bought a keyboard for this.
I can tell.
He told me. He said
he went all out for the production, didn't he?
He really did. He went out and bought a keyboard, and then he found the most reverberating bathroom he could find.
Bless his heart.
To record. He said he wanted to give me pristine audio quality, and I had to explain to him that a bathroom's not as pristine audio quality, but
that's pretty good.
It's whatever. It works. It works.
It works.
Yeah. So anyway, we made him a little sad on there. So sorry, Joel.
Sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that.
On the go. Or in the shower. With Jacob and James. first on the list is Saturday Night. Saturday Night Live, the movie, essentially.
Yep, for the kids who would never watch Saturday Night Live, or some of the people who are not big fans of Saturday Night Live, takes place back in the 70s.
Yeah.
A long time ago. Way before we was even born.
Yeah.
And it's the first show ever of Saturday Night Live.
Yes.
And that's what the movie's about.
Yep.
And it's got the whole production.
Let me see. We got Dylan O'Brien, Ella Hunt, Corey Michael Smith, Rachel Sinnott, Kai Gerber, Tommy Dewey, Willem Dafoe, Matthew Rise, J.K. Simmons, John Baptiste, Naomi McPherson. A lot of names. Finn Wolfhard from Stranger Things and the 8 movies. A lot of names on this film, and honestly, it looks good.
It does.
It looks good.
Does. I like it.
Looks great as a period piece. The actors portraying the different Saturday Night cast members look exactly like the Saturday Night cast members.
Yep.
So it's got that going for it, and essentially it looks like it's gonna be. I don't know if it's gonna be like in real time because it looks like it's the night of the first airing of Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, it is.
And I think it's just chaos. Like people are fighting, people are, having trouble getting it together. They're drunk, they're high, they're whatever, and there's just all kinds of things going on. And the guy behind Saturday Night Live is just really taking a chance on this. And he's like, we just have to air.
Yep.
We just have to air. And
it looks like it too. It looks just like Lorne Michaels.
Yeah,
guy that's playing, he looks just like Lorne Michaels.
Yeah. At 11:30 p.m. on October 11, 1975, a ferocious troupe of young comedians and writers changed television and culture forever. Directed by Jason Reitman and written by Gil Keenan and Reitman, Saturday Night is based on the true story of what happened behind the scenes in the 90 minutes leading up to the first broadcast of Saturday Night Live. So yeah, it is. It's going to be like a real-time movie.
Mm-hmm.
Which that'll be cool. It looks really good. I'm excited to see this whenever I do get to see it.
I definitely am. I'm definitely excited to see this.
Yeah. Oh, The Lion King. We were talking about D23. The Lion King. We forgot to talk about that. We didn't forget to talk about it. Mufasa. Mufasa, the sequel, the unwanted and unneeded prequel to Lion King. None of us needed.
None of us needed. Lion King wasn't needed, neither was Mufasa.
Yeah.
I've seen the trailer for it. I mean, the second trailer looks a little bit better because it gives you a little bit more of a grasp of the story of what's it about. The first trailer didn't give us anything.
No, it didn't give us anything. But this trailer, basically the story is Mufasa is an orphan. He gets adopted by Scar's pride, who they call him Taka in this because Taka is Scar's actual name.
Yep.
But he gets adopted in the Scar's pride, and then they have to go on some kind of adventure for whatever. And I'm guessing at the end of this, somehow Mufasa is going to become king.
Because Mufasa is the one that's actually doing all the stuff.
Yeah.
Doing all the BS.
Yeah.
Playing around, doing stuff that he's not supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
And this, Scar, his character, he's like, look, bro,
he's like a straight man, right?
He's straight man.
Yeah. So basically, this is just going to sully the good name of Mufasa.
Yeah.
And people have already tweeted out, they're like, yeah, if this is how he becomes king, I would have killed him too. Like, what do you?
Well, this is kind of like what they did with Joker when they made Bruce Wayne's dad kind of a dick.
Yeah.
And he punched Joker, and he was like, because he thought it was his dad, stuff like that. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
He thought it was his dad and all that, and he said it wasn't. The whole bathroom scene, the restroom scene.
Yeah.
So I kind of didn't like that.
I agree. I agree. That is kind of like the one aspect of that movie that I didn't really care for too much.
Yeah, I did not like that.
I mean, what do you think? What do you think about this? I mean, obviously you said it's unneeded, but
it's unneeded. I mean, but I'll watch it because at least with this, I have nothing to compare it to.
That is true.
Like this is something totally different.
You don't have an original Mufasa.
Yeah. Like we had Simba's Pride, but Simba's Pride was about Simba's kids.
That is true.
So this here is about they're starting over again.
Yeah.
With Mufasa, so I'm like,
yeah, I suppose it could have that going for it. It's just the weird realism, like realistic animals.
I still haven't got over that yet.
A lot of people don't like it.
I don't like it.
They don't really care for it because the animals don't emote.
It's hard. It's hard to emote emotions.
Yeah. So I get where people are coming from. I think if I remember correctly, I didn't mind the live action Lion King. I think I enjoyed it okay enough. I mean, obviously the original animation is the better version.
Obviously.
But I do think this is very unnecessary, and it's just
it's a cash grab.
It's an interesting take to do Mufasa. Instead of a whole sequel. Instead of another story, you're going back a little bit. So you got to give it to them for trying to be a little bit original, even though they're basing this off of a product they already have, right? You know, the argument being there's so many like remakes and sequels and reboots and prequels and blah,
recognizable
blah, blah.
names.
Yeah, too many like recognizable IPs.
Yep.
You know, there's not a lot of originality going around, and then when there is an original thing, like it kind of gets buried.
I didn't realize that. I kind of think about this. Like, yeah, he kind of all selling in the name of Mufasa a little bit.
Yeah.
Because if you're selling him to be this noble guy and his king, you tell me, okay, he do all this little BS, and then all of a sudden he has a change of heart and turns to a good guy, and then Scar is the one made out to look like the bad guy.
Unless Scar is going to do some heinous things while they're on this adventure.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, we'll see. I don't know if I'm going to watch it when it comes out, but we'll see what it comes out to.
Yeah, we'll see.
So, the next trailer that was also kind of from D23, but not officially released, James. The Thunderbolts trailer got leaked. Did you happen to catch it?
Yeah, I caught it on YouTube. Yeah, I caught it a little bit on Twitter too. X. I'm sorry, X.
So it seems like the story is the new Black Widow, U.S. agent, Taskmaster, I think is supposed to be. I didn't see her. I couldn't tell you.
Well, I saw two people with two different costumes. I saw a ghost. Yeah. And I saw some lady who looks badass.
Right.
But I don't know who that was.
I thought it was Kate Bishop. I was like, oh, they got Kate Bishop in this? Yeah. But yeah, I forgot Taskmaster is also supposed to be a part of this. But Taskmaster wasn't seen much in the trailer.
I saw something that pissed me off though.
Red Guardian. Yeah, it seems like they all get sent on a mission. And it turns out to be kind of like a suicide mission in a way because they were supposed to go retrieve a person who turns out to be the Sentry.
And that's what I was about to get to.
Yeah? Okay, we'll get into it.
I just don't understand why they keep introducing Omega level beings that you're not planning on seeing again.
Right.
I'm like, dude, that's a heavy hitter.
Yeah.
The Sentry is nothing to be messed with. Like he's like a much more powerful Superman.
Yeah, he's Marvel Superman.
He's Marvel version of Superman. I'm curious to see how they're gonna play with him.
Yeah,
you know, because like it's another Omega level being that you guys are using again, and we probably will never get a chance to see this person again.
Right.
So I don't know.
Well, this movie is a big risk, and honestly,
they had reshoots already.
They've had reshoots. It kind of just looks like it's Suicide Squad, but Marvel.
It looks just like Suicide Squad.
You know what I mean? Like the concept of like them being sent on the suicide mission, and then it turns out their handler's the one who backstabs them because they reveal in the trailer that like Val, who's been setting up this Thunderbolts team, or who we thought was setting up the Thunderbolts team, has just been using each one of them to do missions and gather like data on the Sentry thing, or I guess like superhuman DNA. I think might be involved in some aspect. Either way, she's been using them, and then she's done using them, so she wants to kill them. And according to some online source that I saw, which take it from a grain of salt because I can't, it's like a comment somewhere, that Val was the one who bought Avengers Tower. And that's where she's set up at.
Boy, that would piss off every fan in America.
Yeah.
Because you know how many people have been wanting that to be Baxter Building?
Baxter Building or Norman Osborn.
Norman Osborn. Yeah. And you find out it's being bought by this.
Yeah, but apparently it was Val. So I don't know how much truth there is to that. This is also a leaked trailer. Things could change drastically by the time we get the real trailer. Yeah, it looks all right enough. It looks like Suicide Squad, but with Marvel. I don't know. This one, it's going to be a huge gamble for them.
A very huge gamble.
It's going to be a huge gamble. And again, off the back of Deadpool 3, right? Everyone's like, Marvel's back. Marvel's so back. We're ready for Dr. Robert Downey Dr. Doom. We're ready for Doomsday, but we still have to get through these other couple movies.
It's a lot.
We got to get through Captain America 4. We got to get through Agatha. Agatha all along comes out this, which actually...
I have no plans on watching, but yeah.
The trailer for that actually looked really good, though. It looked intriguing to me. But it's more intriguing because it doesn't look like a Marvel property. Like, if it wasn't a Marvel thing, it looks like it would be pretty good.
Sure.
But the fact that it's, like, somehow set in the Marvel universe is a little... It's a little, like, I don't know. I don't want to say cash grabby.
Well, we know it's cash grabbing. Everything to do is cash grabbing.
That is true. It's just... That one's a weird one to me. I don't know why they made it, but... That one doesn't look too bad to me. But either way, you still got to get through that. You still got to get through Captain America, and you still got to get through Thunderbolts.
Got a long way to go, man.
We got a long way to go, and we got 3 or 4 shows and movies to get through before we can get to Doctor Doomsday.
Lord help us.
So it is kind of a question of like, is the hype from Deadpool 3 gonna withstand?
No, well, we all knew that because that's why. Once the honeymoon period is over with for that, I'm okay, we're back to where we started.
Yeah,
we're back to where we started.
Yeah, that's exactly what's gonna happen, and we're probably gonna get into that period coming up, here in the next few months.
Yeah,
but
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, but that's all I got to say about that one. The biggest trailer we have to talk about is one and only Kraven the Hunter.
Yep.
Kraven the Hunter.
Which, for some odd ass reason, dropped at 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah, I don't really get that. But
I don't understand that.
Yeah. However, what did you think of this trailer?
Man, I thought it was okay. I thought, I do find it strange that they made this rated R, but they made Venom PG-13.
That is a strange move.
But
this was always going to be rated R.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I think everyone right now is just kind of precautious, as we should be.
Yeah,
just kind of precautious. Just wait and see what happens. It's a wait and see situation.
Compared to the first one, does it look better?
Yeah, it looks a lot better.
Because I think they did some reshoots.
I don't know. I'm still on the fence on why would you come out during Christmas time. That was a horrible time to come out.
It is weird. And they say it's because people want to see superhero movies in the Christmas time. But also, Kraven, this is not a superhero movie.
It's not a superhero
Kraven
movie.
is straight murdering people. There's bloody violence. I like the inclusion of Calypso.
Yep, we saw Calypso. Saw Chameleon.
Because Calypso's the one who gave Kraven his super abilities in the comics. Because he does have some super abilities. And I do like that addition. At least that explains the lion blood thing, right, from the original trailer. Chameleon's going to be in it, which is great. We get a glimpse of what Rhino is going to look like.
Yep, which I did like. I did like Rhino.
Loved it. Nice. I think it looked great. I think it looks fantastic. A lot of people are actually really happy with how Rhino looks, and apparently they've gone a practical route with it.
Yep.
So that'll be interesting to see. I think it's going to be a good movie, or at least a decent movie. It's going to be better than Morbius, hopefully. And hopefully it's going to be better than Madam Web. I hope the reshoots from this are a direct result from Madam Web. You know what I mean?
So, I
hope the more serious tone, the original trailer had a serious tone, but I hope the more serious tone that this trailer takes and what we got in this trailer is a direct result from the Madam Web reaction.
You would hope so.
Right. Because Venom 3 also, that trailer surprised you, right?
Well, I think the thing about Venom is I think everyone has become conditioned to it.
Mm-hmm.
We could become conditioned you know what? I took it for what it is. I'm taking it for what it is. I still don't like the direction they took that character. I don't care what anybody says. That's just the wrong take to do with this character.
Yeah.
It should have been a serious character from the jump.
Yeah.
And then if you want to dabble in some funny stuff, cool.
Yeah.
But at this point now, it's okay, third movie in, it's almost over with. Let's just end it on a high note. Yeah, let's just end it on a high note.
Apparently they've done some reshoots.
Yeah.
There's some rumory things going on.
I heard about that. I was just I don't
want to touch those rumors.
I'm done.
I just want to see the movie.
I'm so done.
It's I don't want to think about what they're adding or.
I know Tom Hardy's happy to get the hell out of here. I know he's happy to get the hell out of here for sure.
Yeah, probably.
Because I think his career has definitely took a hit because of this franchise a lot. So I know he's definitely happy to get the hell out of here. I really hope.
I don't know. Tom Hardy seems like a person who acts as a hobby. You know what I mean? I don't know. You look at his Instagram and stuff, and he's doing UFC fights and doing all kinds of different other things. It really feels like acting is just a hobby.
Yeah,
it could be. Acting just funds his lifestyle that he really wants to have. You know what I mean? He doesn't seem like he really fits. What other Hollywood actors do.
True, but at the same time, you still want to be somewhat respected in your field of genre and what
That's
you do.
True.
And like I say, Aaron Taylor Johnson, his career has kind of took a slight dip down, because we haven't heard him do any other movies besides the movies that we keep talking about.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that this movie, somewhat, I know it ain't gonna catapult, but I know hopefully it at least keeps him on a steady pace where you're hey, he was in Kraven, he did good in that.
Yeah.
Let's get him as James Bond.
Yeah.
So I really hope this movie doesn't take. That's what I don't want. I don't want this movie to take a hit from him.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I really care about more because he's a good actor. He's a really good guy.
He's a great actor
who's been trying to get on that next level. So I really hope he doesn't take the hit for this crap. So it is what it is, man.
Yeah, man. Hopefully it's also just a standalone. Hopefully they don't try to do like the sequel,
I would hope so.
The sequel bait.
I really do.
We're setting up a team thing.
Let's just stop it.
Just look. Let it be on its own.
Jesus, man.
Let Venom 3 end the way it needs to end.
Just end it all.
Let Kraven end.
And then that's it.
And then you know what?
We move on.
Maybe if you do have a positive reaction, revisit.
Maybe.
Later. Or focus on your animation.
Right? That's what I'm talking about. Focus on your animation.
Get that Beyond the Spider-Verse done.
Yeah, let's get that done. Let's get that done.
Because that was supposed to come out this year.
That was supposed to come out this year.
Yeah, it got pushed back. So like finish that maybe. And your animated Venom movie. You got an animated Venom movie with Seth Rogen coming. Like work on that. Maybe, I don't know, get with Warner Brothers and work on the animated Batman Beyond film.
How disgusted would you be if they were talking about doing another we're putting Venom in Secret Wars? How disgusted would you be if they threw some ideas out? I would be so disgusted. I was like, you know what? I'm walking out this theater. I never want to look back.
I mean, supposedly they have a plan for the next like couple Spider-Man films, which include the black suit. But again, I haven't touched that either. I don't want to know. I don't want to think about it. let's just get through the next 4 or 5 Marvel films before.
Because I originally thought Venom was the last. I was like, all right, Venom finna come out, then we done.
It's the last dance.
Damn, I forgot. We got Kraven coming out. I said, God dog it, Kraven, what the hell you doing coming out during Christmas time?
I don't know, man. Rhino looks good though. I'm down to see him fight Rhino.
He looks cool.
As long as his fight with Rhino is good, I'm happy.
Hey man, you know what?
You know what I mean?
As long as somebody's happy.
That's it. I like that he mutates into a rhino like that.
Yeah, that's okay.
He's a big rhino man. It looks nice.
Big rhino man.
It reminds me of the Amazing Spider-Man video game.
Yeah, true.
Because it acts as a sequel to the Amazing Spider-Man with the Lizard, right? Mm-hmm. And it takes like what Lizard was doing and stretches that into like that's how they introduced Rhino. That's how they introduced Scorpion. That's how they introduced like all these other like animalistic characters in Spider-Man's like rogues gallery in the video game. They made him cross species, and Spider-Man was a cross species because his DNA was mixed with the spider. So it explained all that, but like how Rhino looks in that game is how they made Rhino look for the Kraven the Hunter movie.
Yep.
So I think that'll come out pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how Chameleon is too. Like if Chameleon's actually gonna be Chameleon or if he's just gonna be like his brother in this. You know what I mean?
We'll see.
Yeah, I know. You don't want to talk about it no more.
We'll see, man. Like I said, I'm not gonna pass any judgment. I'm not gonna pass any judgment.
Well, good. This segment sponsored by
the People Against Vegetarians Eating Plants. Save the grass, eat some ass.
James, we are out of time right now. We're going to have to continue this on the next episode. If you want to contact us, you can contact us at onthegopod2023@gmail.com. Please email us. We still have our 100th episode coming up, and we still don't know what we're going to do for it. So if you have any ideas at all whatsoever, please, email us. Let us know what you think. And if you want to follow us on Instagram, you can follow us on the go with Jacob and James. That's all one word. You can find James on Instagram at
James9794.
You can find me on Instagram at jacobdantone.audio. You can follow us on YouTube or subscribe to us on YouTube. It's On The Go with Jacob and James. We got episodes coming out every Monday and Friday. And without further ado, I'm on the go. James is on the go. We'll see you next episode.